What up, what up? I hope all is well and you're hanging in there by the grace of God. Listen, I am going to start doing more spiritual reads on the natural happenings of this world. And it's coming from a place of learning from our Father who art in heaven. That type of spiritual read. The Holy Spirit. Reading the truth and the whole truth beyond what people see. What people do in a relationship is between them and God. Yes, I'm going to speak on a current event that's happening right now where everybody is talking about it and it's circulating demonic on these demonic social media platforms. And it's about Tina Campbell and the divorce she's going through. Tina Campbell, the gospel singer. But what people do in a relationship is between them and God. What you do in a relationship is between you and God. Yes, there are some divine therapists that can help couples get through, but it's still between that couple and God. All this external noise, when you hear your friends and your family and coworkers who want to have input on what you should do in your relationship, people need to start dismissing that because it's not helping them, it's hurting them. And this is why God needs to be in the center of every relationship. Friend, family, love, work. God needs to be in the center of that. What you do in a relationship is between you and God. These folks who have lost their rabbit minds love to give their ignorant 2 cents, their black and white dumb perspective on how you living. These people love misery. They love the darkness. And yes, I'm speaking to the black right now. It's all black right now. Because it's too many out here with dark hearts and a void on the inside. And need to be calling on Jesus Christ to be filled with the Spirit of God. Relationships are hard work. Marriage, I know, is even harder work. Even when you are equally yoked, there are still going to be some trials and tribulations, some challenges, some tests that come to help you grow up, that come to help you evolve, that come to help you heal. It helps with your character and nature, developing your character and nature. Because both man and woman can fall short of the glory. These folks telling you what to do when ish hit the fan in their relationship, they run at the first sign of trouble. And now, please don't twist my words. Don't twist my thoughts. Because I know if you're getting beaten black and blue, you have to leave. You have to flee. You have to find a safe place. I ain't talking about those, okay? If you're smart, you know I ain't talking about that type of relationship, that toxic relationship. Okay, this woman opened up her relationship to the whole world, Tina Campbell. And now everybody want to give their funky opinions on how she should have never stayed, on how she should have left at the first sign, and that it's religious psychosis that's keeping her there, that she's insecure, that's keeping her there. These folks don't even know how to discern. And then I'm hearing all this stupid talk about somebody else's relationship. And most of these are single women who hate themselves and hate men too. Still haven't healed. You are not sovereign when you tear down other women, when you emasculate men. Now I know the women, I mean the women of the Most High, the sovereign one. Yeah, we really are the strong ones. Why you think the enemy is always after the man in the household? Cause he know. He know. Oh, this a weak one. Led by lust and greed. That woman stay too connected to God. This one, his mind all over the place. He his own worst enemy. Temptation. Led by the flesh. I'm just keeping it real. I know the patriarchs have programmed society to be ruthless, to be lawless, to be hopeless, to be helpless, to be homeless. This is why the matriarchs are rising. We are given the gift to give birth to life. And I know it's a lot of patriarchs that want the women to be obsolete, that want them to get behind me. No, we're supposed to have, the women's supposed to have dominion over this earth too. But that dominion is supposed to come from the Spirit of God, from the Most High. We're supposed to be equal in that way, where man and woman is supposed to be equally yoked on this earth in that way, to have dominion, divine feminine, divine masculine. But no, we in an upside down world. We in a loop of hell. Where a lot of women thinking they are sovereign. You know, it's okay if you don't want to have kids. It's okay you don't want to be married. But when you say that you're a sovereign and I don't see no real connection to the Most High God, who are you really? It's too many folks don't know who they are. Their lives are tied to this world and what the world has taught them, what the world has programmed them to be. I know there are some diabolical she devils in this world too. When these bitter ones bolted before listening to God, they didn't choose to heal. Some of these women live to emasculate men and compete with other women when they don't even compare. And the people of this world love to hear them talk. If that lady decided to stay with her husband after finding out he betrayed her or cheated on her, that's her business. That's between them and God. To forgive is not religious psychosis. To listen to God is not religious psychosis. That's how disconnected and disassociated a lot of folks are in this world. To believe in a higher power, to believe in the Most High telling you what to do. Too many out here thinking they their own gods. And see, y'all mixed that up. You twisted that. You misinterpreted that. You couldn't breathe without the one. You couldn't live without the one. I brought you into this world. I could take you out. And that's a word from the Most High. Y'all clowning down here on earth. And forgetting who brought you down. How did you descend onto this earth? I know a lot of y'all don't believe in Jesus Christ. I know a lot of y'all don't even believe in our Father who art in heaven, because you don't believe in a heaven and hell. And those are just words now. Because you are a multi-dimensional being, and there are multiple dimensions in the spiritual realm. The highs and lows. And there's too many folks on a low vibration, on a low frequency, choosing to live like a heathen. Let me tell y'all something. And I'm speaking from experience too. I was in a long term relationship. Wasn't married, but that was the only one that I was tied to. And we went through a trying time where he lost his job of many years, and I saw this man change from that. I saw this man scared of the unknown and uncertain. And so it changed the dynamics of our relationship. And we were living together. And I wanted to flee because this person I felt was fully self absorbed, all about self, and just hurting. Hurt people, just hurting. But I was sick and tired of it. And I was ready to flee. I was ready to go. And I was ready to leave him where he was at. And this is when I was going through my healing journey. I had awakened to a lot about me, about the Most High, about the people around me, about my relationships, about everything. And I just want to be in a place where I can have my peace of mind to continue healing. But as I was preparing to bolt, to leave, the Most High said no. I said, huh? This man up there giving me hell, and you want me to stay? And then I heard the Spirit say, well, you know how to disengage. Self-control. That taught me self-control. You don't have to react or respond. You can walk away. But what our Father in heaven had us to do, it was to go into our own perspective corners. The Most High had me to separate, to be ye separate from this man, to break up while we was in the same household, and not to be one of those hood rats that want to down a man when they are down and out. And I was reminded, when you were unemployed, Michelle, when you didn't know whether you was coming or going, when you didn't have any money, because I was for years, went through that cycle of unemployment. And I know now that was spiritual. But this man was there for me. Really there for me. And I had to be reminded, now I want you to give him the same grace. Oh, that was so hard. Y'all just don't know the Father. You don't know the Creator. And I had to be obedient to that. And that was hard. That was a test. That was trying. That was so difficult. Because the fire within me, the independent within me, wanted to flee that situation. But I had to listen to the Most High on how to maneuver and move in that situation. And it took him a year to find work. A year. This is around the time when the pandemic, when Rona came to town and busted up any and everything, our routines, our way of living. So there was a lot of changes that was going on. It was changes going on within me. It was changes going on within him. It was changes going on within the world. Everything was shifting. But I had to learn how to be still and know that God is with me. Because there's too many people who want to run. Where you running to? Wherever you go, you take yourself. Where you going? You ain't listening to the Most High. You ain't hear what He has to say to you to help you through this situation. Be still and know that I am God. And that developed my character. That helped me to bear more spiritual fruits. And self-control was one of the main ones. Patience was another one. Meekness was another one. Gentleness was another one. Love was another one. All the fruits of the Spirit. That was nothing but the Holy Spirit doing a mighty works. And it shifted the dynamic of our relationship into where I could see the big picture like, yeah, this man is family. Has been there for me when nobody else was there for me. Has showed up and helped me even when we were not talking, even when we were not on the same page, even when we had to agree to disagree, even when we were separated. And I had to, because the Most High is give and gave in the loving. And I had to give what this man has gave me. And that taught me a big lesson. And I'm so grateful and thankful for the blessings and lessons. I'm so thankful and grateful for the grace and mercy. All the glory belongs to the Most High. All praises to the Most High. All honor to the Most High. Not too many people on this earth are giving honor, reverence, and respect to the Most High. Just talking. But you ain't walking that walk. And that's why divine intervention is here. Let you be who want to walk the devil's way and keeping those who want to walk in the light. Be servant. That because I'm a servant of the Most High. You may not be, but I am. I know how to stay in my own lane. I know how to mind my own business. And people need to stop telling everybody they darn business. What people do in their relationship is between them and God. What you do in your relationship is between you and God. It's okay if you want to talk to your mama or sister about it. And if they want to advise it. But I'm at the point right now, I'm only listening to, the Spirit of God right now. If I don't hear any, if I don't see any Spirit of God in the message you give me, in the advisement you give me, in the counseling that you give me, in the words that you give me, I ain't gonna listen to it, Shawty. I'm gonna listen to what God. If I'm still feeling confused after that, I gotta go to God. People need to start going to God. To forgive is not religious psychosis. To listen to God is not religious psychosis. All y'all think y'all are little gods around here. Most of them are talking to deities and demons, listening to doctrines of devils. The Creator is pure, is holy, is righteous. And now to say that it's that lady's fault, she wouldn't leave, so he decided to leave. Shut it up. Just because he filed for divorce, people do grow apart. Maybe it's done. Maybe she has gotten her lesson. Maybe he has gotten his lesson. And now it's time to move on. Only God knows. And who knows? They may reunite. And if they do, it's their business. Because we all on this earth have our own little spiritual journey into how we're going to develop into our best selves. And how we're going to grow up in the Most High, and how we're going to evolve to the next level of thinking. It's too many folks right now do not have a critical thinking. You're not no free thinkers. Y'all in that group think, that hive mind, especially the way I have seen them coming at this woman, and it be our own. It's ugly. These folks are ugly and mean on the inside. Yeah, I'm reading you. And I know I have some that listen but don't support. So if you're going to stay and monitor, put this in your pipe and smoke it. Because it's too many out here that are not fully aware of who they are and where they at and what's coming towards them. Too hyper focused, all in everybody else's business but your own. You ain't even healing, you ain't even growing, you ain't even evolving, you ain't even thinking. Tied to this social media, bound to this social media. I said social media is the downfall of a sound mind. I didn't give you a spirit of fear, but the Most High did give you a spirit of love, a spirit of power, a spirit of sound mind. When you take a step back and be still and know that God is with you, listen here, you can be better. You can be greater. What people do in a relationship is between them and God. Yeah, I'm saying it again. What you do in a relationship is between you and God. You can go to your therapist. You can go to your mama. You can go to your daddy. You can go to your cousins. You can go to your auntie, your uncle, your friend, a coworker, whoever you choose. But did you put God in the center of it? That's where you're going to really get the truth. Because in these days, I would rather be led by the Spirit and not by my flesh. Because that flesh is going to get a lot of folks in trouble. That carnal mindset is going to get a lot of folks in trouble. We already see it happening. They are their own worst enemy. You can't blame Satan. You can't blame the devil. You can't blame it on the alcohol. You can't blame God. You can't blame the drugs. You are your own worst enemy because you ain't looking on the inside of you. What's going on the inside of you? That pain, that trauma, that grief. They call it demons. They call it shadow. They call it darkness. Whatever. These times are going to teach folks how to go within and see what's really going on. To help themselves, to love themselves, to forgive themselves. And then they so willingly can give it to others and come up out of the void and come up out of the darkness and come up out of them cold hearts. Some would make the right decision and some will be left behind with the darkness because that's what they want. We got free will on this earth. I don't know why people just want to conveniently keep forgetting that. There's free will. Y'all keep asking why God allowing this to happen. Because you want it. You want the sin. You want the darkness. You want the ugliness. You want the meanness. Because you keep choosing it. And when I see people being this ugly towards somebody they don't know, a stranger, the comments I've been hearing, instead of praying for this lady, and instead of supporting her decision, and no, they want to buck up against the current. They want to tell people how they should do it, and they ain't even living their life righteously, godly, lovely, ugly, and mean on the inside. You ain't sovereign when you acting like that. You can talk about church folks all you want. You got some level of hurt in you, church hurt in you, some pain in you, some grief in you that these folks need to address this stuff. All over this woman and her husband business all over social media. Everybody putting a funky, fleshly 2 cents in it. And I want to put some spiritual common sense in it. Because I don't see too many folks I hear on social media have some spiritual common sense. That's why darkness having a field day with these folks. They love it. Be careful who you giving your business to. Are they speaking life over you or speaking a curse over you? Are they going behind your back and telling you your business when you confided in them? You better be careful. That's why now I only go to God about it. Now I may share a few things with my mother and sister. Okay, because those two I can trust out of everybody else on this earth. Know the ones that you can trust. And even if you want to go to a therapist, a counselor, be led by the Spirit on which one to go to. Because they're here to be mediators and counselors and to help you through it too. Without the medication, though. You don't need no medication. You need to feel, deal, and heal. And I'm just keeping it real. All right, y'all. I'm going to let you go on that good note. I just want to tell the truth and shame the devil. Okay? People need to be ashamed of themselves in these days. How you act towards humanity. It ain't none of your business what people do in their relationship and how they move and maneuver in that relationship. What you do in a relationship is between you and God. What people do in a relationship is between them and God. I hope this message encouraged you, edified you, and enlightened you to the truth. Because people don't want the truth on this earth. They love the lies. They love the illusions. And they're going to hold on to this world for dear life. But be ye separate. The chosen ones are really supposed to be separate from all this ignorance, this willful ignorance, this willful sinning on this earth. And I'll catch y'all on the next go around. I'm keeping you all lifted up in my higher thoughts and prayers. You be safe out here on these streets. You stay prayed up as you awaken and as you lay your head down. Anoint your home, anoint your transportation, anoint your coming and going in these days. And those that are connected to the Most High, truly connected to the Most High, know what I'm talking about. I love you. Peace.